Hello, everybody, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Danillionaire, Episode 2. My name is Danillionaire, joined by Grimulus. Grim to my
Hello.
left.
I'm on the left.
Yeah, you're on my left, and
I'm on the left. Okay.
yeah, you're on the left, exactly. You should all know who Grim is by now. If you don't, he is one of the masterminds between East London Fighters, one of the biggest proponents of the UK FGC scene, and I am so happy to have got him on today. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Grim, if they may not know who you are.
Well, if you don't know who I am, then we really need to have a sit down and talk, don't we? No, honestly, I'm nobody special. I'm the guy who started Elf, but I'm not the only person who's kept it going. The Elf project is worked on by a number of people, notably people like Pun Life, Fast Legs of Fury, and all the other contributors from all the other scenes that we work with, South Wales, a lot of guys like yourself, Dan, from the Soul Calibur community as well.
Whoop, whoop.
We put on lots of events for a lot of our favorite games. Not every single game. We just don't have enough people in order to do that, but we do our best. We do our best.
Indeed. And Elf's Best is a massively high standard. So, you know, if you're looking to set up offline events and run an org as good as Elf, there is going to be a lot of work that's going to have to be put into it. But we're going to be testing Grim's knowledge on a certain game franchise today, and that is the King of Fighters. Now, a little bit about Grim. When I showed him the first question, he said, but all these answers are wrong.
They're incorrect.
Try to get in my head. But these questions and answers are thoroughly researched from KoF wikis, frame data bots, and Excel spreadsheets. I've even spoken to KoF fans. And this first question is as grammatically correct as I can make it.
Okay.
Without
So you spoke to all the KoF fans, all three of us. Because I would have heard about it if you did.
Not all three of you. There is somebody that I know who is a KoF fan. Probably not as big as you, but they are a KoF fan. Something I didn't tell you though, Vern, a little surprise twist is that because this is going to be, we're going to be also plugging the thing that you're doing for charity, that every question you get right, I myself will be giving £1. So up to a maximum of £20.
Wow. Thank you very much.
So you better get all 20 right so I can drop that 20 quid in the fundraiser. We do have an ! Donate command in the chat. So if you want to donate yourself, Grim is 3/5 of the way there. Quick maths. And once he gets to 500 quid, there'll be something special, but also very sad for the rest of us who know him quite well and for his some form of physical attribute that will be leaving.
I mean, I don't mind going ahead and telling you guys what it will be. So I'm raising money currently for Child Autism UK. For those of you who don't know, I have two kids. Both of them have ASD. They're both on the autistic spectrum. So ASD is autistic spectrum disorder. That's what it is, ASD. So that's what you'll hear me referring to it as. Both of them have that. It is difficult to live with for them, and it is difficult for the parents, i.e. myself and my wife, to live with as well. But with the right amounts of patience, the right amounts of training, if you like, if you're given the correct tools, you can actually make it a positive part of your life. And you can bring out the best in anybody with autism. So this is what I'm doing. When I reach £500, I will be shaving my beloved locks. I've had them for the best part of 25 years. And I'm going to be sad to see them go, but it's time. I think it's time. So if you guys can help me reach that goal, that would be great. And I'd really, really appreciate it. And all of the money, of course, 100% of it will be going directly to that cause to help other parents and young children, children in general, sorry, I just noticed something. To be given the correct tools, the most helpful tools in order to bring their children up and work with them and bring out the best in them with ASD.
So there you go. Thank you very much, Grim, for that wonderful description of the charity and the cause and the reward, for want of a better word, for reaching £500. But without further ado, we're going to get into this set of questions. I'm going to reset. So before we start, I don't know if Grim's going to be able to hear this, but you lot can. This is going to be the tense music that will play while he's answering a question. It's got like a heartbeat, very dramatic sound.
I can't hear it.
I know you can't, which makes it even better for me.
That's not fair. I want to have the full immersive 360 experience.
You need to get like speakers all around your room to get it blasting in your ears. If he gets it right, this is going to be his fanfare. It is a 26-second sound clip, so I will cut it off a little bit if he gets too many right, because it would just be boring hearing that so much.
Yeah.
And then if he gets it wrong, it's going to be this. Just a straight up "you're wrong" buzzer. It's music to my ears. So, let's get into our first question. Grimulus, for £1. When was the first The King of Fighters game released? 1994, 1993, 1995, or 2021?
Wow. Now this is an incredibly tough question. Because
Why don't you tell the people why this is an incredibly tough question, Grim?
because on the face of it, as a die-hard fan, I happen to know that this question is wrong. Right? I mean, yes, technically, the very first KoF was released in 1994 because it was King of Fighters 94. But the King of Fighters tournament was actually started in 1991 through a different game called Fatal Fury. So yes, it's wrong, but it's also right.
And see, this is what I was talking about. See, I know that the tournament in Fatal Fury was called King of Fighters, but the game that came out after Fatal Fury is The King of Fighters. Without
That's right.
Yeah. So there, I mean, it wasn't meant to be a trick question, but it inadvertently is. However, it's a very easy question. So, Grim, when was the first The King of Fighters game released?
Okay, the very first The King of Fighters game was released in 1994.
You are indeed correct. Woo! Grim gets £1. Clappy, clappy, clappy. Hype in the chat. Let's go.
I got the first question right.
You did indeed. So also, as somebody else said in the chat, he does have lifelines. Grim has a 50-50, which I will be just telling him which two answers I'll be taking away. He has a Ask the Audience, which will be one of my mods. That'll be SiloZen or GGKHS. They will be putting a poll up in the chat so that you can all vote on it. And then if he has to phone a friend, he can literally call a friend, which I believe he does have someone in mind on the other end of the line.
Oh,
if he
it's my
feels
boy
the need to.
He's in chat. I can see him. Hey, Soobs.
Ah, okay, there you go. He's primed and ready to get this question right, just in case.
Wait, I don't actually have to call him. I can just talk to him in chat, can't I? That's awesome.
And Fergus, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs.
Oh, wicked.
That is yes, thank you so much, Fergus. That's gonna go a long way, so thank you so much. Let's get some hype in the chat for Mr. Fergus. So moving on to our second question. When did the name Ikari Warriors first appear?
Okay.
1986, 1987, 1988, or 1985. But also, just a very quick thing. If you get a question wrong, the quiz doesn't end. You just don't earn £1 towards that question. We'll keep going until we get to 20 questions.
That's good. So if I don't get this wrong, then I kind of just blow myself up because I am an Ikari main. I will choose Clark and Ralph probably until the day I die.
So, because you told me that, and I found that on your Twitter, there are a few questions here directly related to the Ikari Warriors.
Oh
so
no!
If you don't get them up, if you don't get them right, it's going to be doubly bad for you.
Okay. Well, I know it wasn't 1985 because the Ikari Warriors first appeared in the Ikari Warriors game, which was one of my favorite upward scrolling shoot 'em ups because you had a few back then. You had you had Commando, which I had on the Spectrum. You had Ikari Warriors, which is an arcade only release. I'm gonna go 1986.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, 1986 is correct. He gets it right. He's earned £2 towards his charity. Congratulations, Grim. That's
It's
the first
Ikari.
of it's true. That is very true. That is the first of a few Ikari Warrior questions. So you got one right. A few more to go.
Wicked.
Brum.
I'm getting into this now.
I'm so happy that you are. I've spent a lot of time making these questions.
Ah.
In KOF 97, who makes up Team Ikari?
In KOF 97. Wow.
Andy, Terry, and Joe, Rio, Robert, and Yuri, Leona, Ralph, and Clark,
Yeah.
Kim, Chang, and Choi.
Okay, so this is clearly a trick question because it's either B or. Are you really? Really? I mean, come on.
This
Wow,
and the answer for this was taken from a move list bot or from a move list Excel spreadsheet that listed the names of each of the teams. So
Right, okay. Okay, so the only one it can be, considering that I main Ralph and Clark in whatever game I play, would be C. Now, interestingly enough, Leona was the adopted daughter of Haydn, the character that she replaces from the previous KOF, the previous few KOFs. I think Leona made an introduction in 96, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah, so there you go. We're going to go C.
Leona, Ralph, and Clark. Are you sure?
Yep. Well, it's not Kim, Chang, and Choi, and it's definitely not Andy, Terry, and Joe, or Robert, Rio, and Yuri.
Well, you are of course correct. There we go.
That was close.
Question
It was
number
like,
3. £3. And I've just seen in chat that Zen will also be matching what I put into the charity as well. So
oh wow! Thank
if
you
you
very
get
much,
20,
Tyler Zen.
you'll get 40. If you get 10, you'll get 20, and so on and so on. So there you go. Right. How you feeling so far, Grim? You feeling confident?
No. I mean, ignore this face. This is the face of a panicking person. I'm just too. I don't know. Yeah.
In KOF 94, what punch do both Ralph and Clark have?
I love
Volcano
that.
punch, Vulcan death punch.
Sorry.
Volvo punch or Vulcan punch?
I like the Volvo punch. I mean, that's like brilliant. The Volvo punch. I might just choose that one for the memes, but it's definitely a Vulcan punch. It's not a Vulcan death punch. It's not a volcano punch because the only character who actually has anything to do with fire, even if it is that, it's mainly explosions, is Ralph. So it's not that. It will be a Vulcan punch. I'm pretty sure it's D.
Okay, positive.
Although I do love the Volvo punch, I have to. I'm stealing that meme, right? It's becoming.
Feel free to take it. It's yours. It's whole 100% yours. But are you sure it's D?
No, what? C, I said. No, wait, no, yeah, D. Sorry.
Are you sure it's D, Vulcan punch?
I'm very sure it's D.
Okay. You are, of course, correct. Well done to Grim. He's got £4. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Is the Volvo punch ultra safe? It is, and when you actually punch somebody with it, you yourself exude side impact airbags. That's how safe it is. So. I was hoping that would get you.
Yeah.
Right. Question number 5. In KOF 2003, what does the acronym MSA stand for? Multi-step attack, multi-shift attack, many swings attack, massive sweep attack.
See, this is the sort of question that I was dreading. Because 2K3, I'm not that all fair in. However, it would make sense to have A. But do I have lifelines?
You do. You have 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience.
I wonder if it's too early to use a lifeline. What do you reckon, chat? Is it too early? Should I just go for a guess? I have a pretty good idea of what it might be.
I will also say that Grim told me a series of games, excuse me, that he would prefer not to have questions on, which was 99 to 2002. So all of these questions, apart from the final question, are related to KOF 94 to 98, and then 2K3 onwards. Excuse me.
Okay, let's go 50-50.
So early, 50-50.
Yeah, wait, no, I don't know. I've got a fairly good idea of what this might be, but yeah.
Remember, they will get harder the further we go
I can
on.
imagine. Okay, let's go for B.
B, multi-shift attack.
I think it's probably A, but I'm gonna go B.
Okay. You are correct. It is multi-shift attack.
Oh, see?
Well done. There you go. See, you didn't even need to use a lifeline.
I know, right?
Deep down in your soul.
I'll tell you what it is, right? I'm the guy who will play a game and never read the instructions. Right? I don't know what any of the move names are. I have no clue about frame data. I'll play the game and play the game for the game. So when you talk to me about this sort of stuff, I don't really know. I'm just a fan for the sake of being a fan. I don't need to know names.
To be honest, that is fair enough. It's how a lot of people play fighting games nowadays anyway. Just pick up and play and you'll figure it out later.
Indeed.
What's the name of the arc that ends with KOF 13? Tales of Ash, Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Dust, Tales the Fox.
Tales of Vesperia. I can hear my boy Sufa in the chat laughing already at this one. But no, this one's fairly easy because I do remember the end of KOF 13 was fairly tear-jerking, as most KOF endings are. If you've never played any of the game arcs, I implore you, go and play them. You can't just read them because you don't get the full impacts. The beauty of the KOF games is playing them all through, mix and matching the teams, getting all the different endings, and seeing how they play out. This game, KOF 13, had a good arc. Not as great as the first, but a good arc. And I'm going to say it ends with A.
Tales of Ash, A.
Yes.
Okay. You are, of course, correct. I kind of knew you would have got that one, because considering that you didn't really play from 2K2 onwards, and the later games were kind of the more popular ones, especially for their story elements, I was confident you would get this, but, you know, I wanted to have a meme with Tails the Fox in, and this was a perfect question for it, so of course. That was, I believe, question 6, so you have £6 in the pot so far.
Awesome.
Back into it we go. Is everybody enjoying it so far? Hope chat's enjoying it. Hope everybody is enjoying the suffering that Grim is going through right now.
It's honestly like pulling teeth.
And here's your first frame data question.
Oh god.
What is the frame data of Clark's Close D on block in KOF 14?
I have no clue.
I13 minus 6, I13 minus 7, I13 minus 5, I13 minus 4.
Do you know, I'm going to say, this is one that I'd love to say that I do either call a friend or whatever it is on, but I'm pretty sure that my call a friend wouldn't even know this either. Because we're old school and we don't operate with frame data. That's a very, very new school concept. You know, when we were in the arcades, frame data wasn't a thing. It was just, can you hit me after this move? Yes. If not, no. Don't do it again. So I'm going to say... Wow, I just don't know. I have no clue. It's not punishable on block. So I'm going to say -4. D.
Are you positive?
No.
Would you like to use a lifeline?
That's telling me that it's wrong. But I like this. Fury's in the chat saying artsy audience, but then most of the people in the audience are Tekken players. I'm pretty sure it's not punishable on block. There are a few characters who do have punishable, whose moves are punishable. Oh wait, hold on a second. Clark's close B. No, it's not punishable on block. Let's go with D.
Okay, that's your final answer?
It's gonna have to be.
You are incorrect.
Oh.
It is I13 minus 5. I13 minus 5. So unfortunately, I think that is a question 8, and you have or question 7. Your question 7, you have fluffed it, which means you do not get a pound towards your charity. That sounds so mean.
It does. You're making these little children suffer for no reason. You should do it anyway.
Well, no. This is a competition, Grim. Okay. This is a quiz.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't do frame data, so that was always going to get me.
There is another one in here, so I will warn you.
Fair enough.
All right. Next question. Who was the director of KoF 2006? Masahiro Maeda, Motohiro Okubo, Toshie Maeda, or Tails the Fox?
This is a difficult one. Now this one, again, as a fan playing the game, I'm more interested in how it plays and the mechanics rather than who is behind the scenes of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Okubo the dude for Soul Calibur?
He is, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, wait a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna go with A. That sounds familiar. I'm gonna go with. I don't want to use all my lifelines yet because I know the questions are going to get really, really hard. So I think A. Is either A or C, because I'm pretty sure Tales of Fox hasn't done anything KOF related.
Doesn't do anything in general either, so.
Yeah, exactly. He's pretty pants. So it's either A or C, and I'm going to go with A.
Is A your final answer, Grimulus?
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, go on.
The correct answer is A. You are correct.
Oh,
He's got it, everybody. He's got it. There you go. So Okubo is indeed the producer for Soul Calibur 6. Toshie Maeda is a 7th century samurai, and Tails the Fox is a completely useless character in the Sonic franchise. So there was only one correct answer, but I was hoping the Toshie Maeda was going to trip you up, but you persevered.
You nearly did. I don't know of any of them beginning with T, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Next
Okay,
question.
what else we got? Hit me with another one.
In KOF 12, what iconic Capcom duo voiced Kyo and Iori in English? Dante and Virgil, X and Zero, Ryu and Ken, or Leon and Claire?
Okay, this is an interesting question. KOF 12, what iconic Capcom duo? The only iconic one that would be related would be Ryu and Ken, I would assume. Dante and Virgil aren't really a duo, are they? I mean, they kind of happen, but you never really see them on screen at the same time unless they're arguing with each other.
Very true.
Leon and Claire, that's from Resident Evil. Again, they don't really do much on screen at the same time, so can you really call them a duo? I don't think so. Let's go with C. Let's go with C.
Are you 100% sure on
Absolutely
that answer,
not.
Grim?
I'm never 100% on anything. This is an absolute wild throwing apart guess. So let's go with C.
Just think about this for a second. Ryu and Ken had English
They're a duo.
voices for. They did, but when did they have English voice acting? If you had to have a ballpark guess, as compared to characters in KOF.
Wait, hang on a second. They've never had English voice acting? Because they're always kind of in Japanese. I don't think they've ever said Dragon Punch and Fireball and, that spinny kicking move that they do. Wow, that's throwing a...
But Eternal Dragon coming in saying Street Fighter 4.
Oh, I don't know. Let's go 50-50. Let's
Sure you want to
use
go
it.
50-50?
Yeah, let's use it.
All
'cause
right.
This one's actually comes to me.
Grim is going for his 50-50. So, the options that you have are X and Zero and
Yeah.
Ryu and Ken.
Oh, for God's sake. Wow. Okay, I do not know. Is this even a KOF question, really?
It is.
Okay. All right. I feel as though I'm being steered towards this, so I'm going to say X and 0. B as my final question. My answer.
Your final answer is X and
Yes.
0 from the Mega Man series.
Mm.
You are correct. They
you.
did indeed voice them. In KOF 12, the English voice actors were the same voice actors for X and 0.
See, now I remember KOF 12, and I remember trying to play the game with the English voices, and it was awful to play with because hearing it in Japanese, you kind of don't care for the meaning. It's just a set of cool sounds that goes with the move. But when you hear the English meaning, like when they roll, it's like, "I'll get you next time. I'll get you next time. I'll get you next time." It's really, really annoying. It kind of makes me nervous.
Just
You know what I mean?
constantly annoying, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
know. We have characters like that in Soul Calibur. You just please
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, and you just want to stop
saying
playing the
your-
game so you don't hear that noise anymore.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm glad that was correct.
There you
I
go.
was quite worried.
I feel like I did kind of steer you towards that a little bit. So
I
from now
appreciate the
on,
gentle nudge.
I will try and be more Chris Tarrant-esque about this and just be more neutral.
Right.
Who does Gurnitz's in-game quotes often mention?
Gonitz.
Was it Gonitz? I've heard
Gonitz.
people say Gurnitz.
Well, they're silly.
Oh,
Gonitz.
okay, it's Gonitz. My apologies.
Gonitz.
Who does Gurnitz's in-game quotes often mention? God, Death, Angel, or Satan?
I'm gonna immediately go with God.
Are you sure? That's a very quick answer there from some of the previous questions where you've had to take your time and think about it a little bit.
Well, the thing is, Gonitz was KOF 96, and that's one of my favorite KOFs. That's slap bang in the middle of the Orochi arc. And Orochi's followers do refer to Orochi as God. Or Death. But I think God. So I'm going to go with God. I think I'm leaning towards that. Super's probably slapping his forehead right now saying, "What are you doing, bro?" But I'm going to say God because he's a prophet, a priest.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say God.
Okay. Just going to give this one right to you. You are correct. It is indeed God. I mean, it's very much a question of if a character says something often and he's a favorite character, it's a question that you should either really get right 100% of the time, or if you absolutely hate the character
Yeah.
and you don't want to hear their voice lines, you just go, I've actually never remembered what this person says.
Exactly. But of course, you only ever hear that game in Japanese. You read the subtitles, and you either take them in, but you don't really sort of take them in, if that makes sense. They're
That's
just part of the
true.
game. It's
That
not
is
part of the
very
whole
true.
experience.
So you do have 2 lifelines left. You have asked
Hooray.
the audience and phone a friend.
Uh-huh.
I believe we're about halfway through, so you've got maybe another 10 questions to go.
Yeah.
And I hope they get harder. I had to research deeper for some of these other questions, so
Wow.
we'll see. In KOF 13, what's the frame data for Clark's
Oh, for
standing
God's
A
sake.
on block? I5
Not
plus 2,
standing A.
I4 plus 1, I4 plus 2, I5 plus 1.
Okay, but this is still frame data, so I'm going to be completely and utterly. I have no clue on this. It's frame data, and nobody I know is going to know this apart from maybe one person who I don't think is watching at the moment.
So just a quick clarification. Of course, if you are able to phone a friend, I will give
Yeah.
you a 60-second countdown, as they do on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And if he can't get that answer to you in that 60 seconds, he will be timed out in the chat
Right.
until you finish the question, and then he'll be allowed to talk again, just in case.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I don't think I have a direct answer for this one because I just don't know frame data at all on any game.
Fair enough.
KOF 13 was a very different game to, is a very different game to 14 and the earlier sprite-based games, because the whole art style was very different in this one as well, which meant that the whole frames were counted different, which is why you've got shorter frames on this than you would normally. So, what's the frame data for Clark standing A? on block.
Rock.
So it'd have to be close A. It's going to be plus. I'm going to say C.
I4 plus 2.
Yep. It sounds reasonable.
Are you sure about this answer?
No, I'm not. Are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I'm going to ask you this question every single time. Are you sure? I just know you're going to say no. Of course, I'm not sure.
I'm not though. I'm really not sure.
Okay, do you want me to put you out of your misery?
God, please.
I4 plus 2 is correct.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
It sounded reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, it's a different type of game to the others, and if it's on block, it has to be plus. Makes sense if it's a light button.
Well, there you go. Those are the only 2 frame data questions in the entire quiz, so you can breathe easy now.
Yes. Thank Orochi.
Exactly. Thank Orochi. The next question is: in KoF 12, the announcer for the original Super Smash Bros. Voices which character? Rock, Ralph, Clark, or Terry?
But I don't like Smash.
But you like KoF.
But I don't like Smash, so why would I know the answer to this question?
Because it's a general knowledge question. Granted,
Wow.
very obscure general knowledge, but general knowledge question.
Wow.
I did say it was a mix of Millionaire and Mastermind, where it is specified to a game or a genre or a series, but we do it in a Millionaire format.
This is one of those ones. If I was hiring somebody for KOF, it would be like, have you ever worked on Smash? Yes. You're immediately not going to get hired. You know? Wow. Okay, so in KOF 12, the answer for the original Super Smash Bros. Voices which character? Rock, Ralph, Clark, or Terry? It wouldn't be Clark because Clark is too smooth to have a character to be voiced by a Smash Brothers announcer. Wouldn't be Ralph because the same, I think. So I'm thinking either Rock or Terry because they sound geeky enough. I'm gonna say Terry.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. just do it, okay? Because I don't know. Oh, thank you for the raid, guys. Samurai Pride.
Gruig, thank you very much for the raid. Grim was speaking about you just before this went live, and I have a massive respect for what you do. So thank you very much for the raid. Grimulus, are you definite in this answer?
I'm gonna have to do it. So I'm like, it's either Rock or Terry. I'm fairly confident that it's not going to be Ralph or Clark, but I appreciate that I'm going to be left with egg on my face if it is.
The answer is Ralph.
Oh, you are joking!
I am not joking.
Oh.
The answer is Ralph, one of your Ikari warrior mains.
No. I'm going to have to never use him again.
So unfortunately, that is your second, I believe, question wrong. So,
oh no.
It's unfortunate, but you know, these questions are just going to get harder.
Are they going to have many more Smash Brothers?
Who features on the box art of KoF 95? Iori, Terry, Kazuya, or Kyo?
95. Kyo.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the right answer. Very obvious answer. There you go. I wanted to sprinkle it in after a question about the announcer just to kind of make you guess, but you know, your brain managed to get that one perfectly on point in a matter of seconds. So well done.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the early box art for the KoF games, they used to be released as separate posters. I used to have all of them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did they have just all the main characters on them, or did they do like one of those ensemble posters?
No, it would be literally the main character. I think one of my favorite ones was, I think it was KoF 96 or 97, and it had them all sort of in an alleyway, sort of in their smart clothes. You had Iori, Blue Mary, you had Kyo, you had Terry, and they just all looked awesome. All of the early arts for KoF games is just amazing.
Nice. Well, there you go. That deep knowledge coming in handy there. But let me just check how many we've got left. This was...
Thank you, Alexin. Yeah, 97 box art.
This was question number 13, so you have 7 to go.
Mhm.
How many characters did KOF 12 have, including console-exclusive characters? 20, 21, 22, or 23?
I remember 12 not having a lot of characters. And I remember it being the butt of everybody's ire because it didn't have as many characters as previous releases. I think it was a low number, including console exclusive characters. It was only released on console, I'm pretty sure. Okay. This one, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's 20. Because I think it was released with 16 originally.
Going for 20.
Yeah, I think it's 20.
Remember, you have 2 life
Wait.
points.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ask the audience here.
You're going to ask
So
the
guys,
audience. Okay.
Yeah, guys, in the chat, if you know the answer to this one,
Okay.
let me know. I'll pick the one that I get the most of.
So before you type in the chat, Zen or GG, one of you, decide amongst yourselves, please put up a poll in the chat for people to vote for. Once the poll has finished, we will then allow Grim to use the answers that people have given as influence for his answer for this question. So we'll have to give it a couple of minutes while we close this poll. Make the poll 20, 30 seconds or something like that.
See, like I said, I remember when this game came out and buying it, thinking that it was, the return to greatness for KOF. But unfortunately, the AI was absolutely terrible, and the online was even worse. So for all intents and purposes, this game was largely unplayable. And I remember the game had very few characters. So I think it had under 20. It had like 16 on release, and people hated it.
So there you
But it
go,
looks
you have a
amazing.
poll up in the chat. Please use the poll to answer the question. Limited to 1 minute. Perfect, thank you very much.
Okay. There you go, guys. You see the poll. Please do let me know what you think. Numbers are the time is going down, guys, and everybody's going with C so far.
So the advantage of doing this online is that obviously everybody has access to Google. So,
Yeah.
but they also, if it's those 4 people could be Pun Life, Sherdo, Eternal Dragon, and Fast Leg. So they could just be trying to troll you. So you never know.
I know. And this is the problem. Are they Tekken fans or are they KOF fans that are giving me the answers here?
So there you go. The poll has ended, and the audience has decided that the answer C of 22 is the correct answer.
Oh.
Will you go with the answer that the chat has given you during the poll, or will you completely disregard them and go for your own thoughts?
Wow. See, here's the thing. I've got the audience which is telling me C, which is 22. However, I can see Super in chat saying that it's B, which is 21. Which doesn't help me at all, guys. Thank you very much. For nothing.
Will you take one person's answer over 5 people's answer?
See, Super's also my phone of friends, and I'm saving that one for when I absolutely need it.
He is.
Yeah, and I appreciate that he's also from the same age group as me, but KOF 12 was a fairly recent game, so in theory, it shouldn't make a difference how old you are. I'm gonna go for C.
22.
That's what the majority went for.
You're going with the
So
audience.
I'm gonna go with that, assuming they all know how to use Google.
22 C.
Fingers crossed.
is correct.
Ah, thank you very much, audience. You
There
guys
you
have done
go.
a great thing.
The chat has come through for you. They have not trolled you, and they've given you the correct answer of 22 characters.
Super, you're fired.
Well done, Grim. Well done indeed. Alright, we're going to be moving on to the tail end of the questions here.
Where are we now? Are we in like 15?
We are... This is 15, yeah. This is
Okay.
15.
Okay.
In KoF 11, what was the group that Mukai belonged to? Those from a far land, those from a distant land, those from a land of mist, those from a land far away.
I know this one. I hate Mukai. He's a git. I know this one. And it's annoying me because I can see it in my mind. Because I've played the game, I know the game.
Mhm.
And it's not those from a land of mist. Because this is part of the Ash saga. And it was all to do with time. So it's either those from a distant land or those from a land far away. Pun life. I feel like it's D. Thank you for your feelings, but unfortunately the facts don't care about them.
I will say that any interruption from the chat, if it isn't specifically asked for from an Ask the Audience or Phone a Friend, will be actively discouraged. And I will allow Pun Life this one opportunity, but if you do it again, unfortunately the mod will have to give you a cheeky shot to the shoulder so that you don't say anything for 600 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is throwing me. I'm sorry. This is. I feel like it's not my feel. I feel. Okay, if I have to choose from these four, I'm going to go from those from a far land.
Oh, so you're not going to go for one of the two
Wait.
that you originally thought?
Yeah, no, I got read it wrong. Sorry. Those from a land far away. No, that's wrong. Those from a distant land.
Are you 100% definitely deep down in your heart of hearts sure that
Absolutely
B is the
not.
correct answer?
I'm never sure.
But you're
I'm sure
going
this
with
is-
B anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure this is wrong, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
In KoF 11, what was the group that Mukai belonged to? You're going with B, those from a
Yeah.
distant land.
Uh-huh.
That answer is correct. There you go. So there were some people in the chat, those from the past, yes, but there was some kind of translation thing that if you translate it either directly or indirectly, I can't quite remember, they're called those from a distant land. I did my research on this.
Indeed. You absolutely did.
So there you go. Question number 15 is done and dusted. I love this question. What is Is it Saisyu? Saisu's favorite food? Curry udon,
Oh, wow.
chicken gyoza, miso soup, or gomoku sushi?
So Saishu is Kyo's dad. And
Mhm.
he made up the old man team in, I think it's KoF 98, I'm going to say. No, sorry, it was earlier than that. I forget which one it was. Anyway, he made up the old man team with Haiden and Takuma. And I do not know. I'm going to go miso soup or chicken gyoza.
Remember, you do have one more lifeline, and we are at the tail end of this.
I'm going to save that lifeline.
Okay. I think I know which one you're going to save for the lifeline.
I'm going to save that lifeline.
I'm going to give you a few more seconds to think about it, Grim.
Yeah, I'm going to go with chicken gyoza.
If you
Yeah,
think
chicken
back,
gyoza.
you think it's chicken gyoza.
Yes, I mean that's lore which you're only going to know if you're super into that character, I feel, but I don't think I ever was. I didn't really like him very much. He was kind of really overpowered. Because I remember him being a sub-boss in one of the games. I think it was, 98 if you played through the story. And because he was controlled by Orochi, brought back from the dead. And he was just stupidly powerful. So yeah, one of those guys that you just absolutely hate, so I didn't care too much. But I'm going to go with chicken gyoza. It's probably incorrect, but we'll go for that.
The correct answer is, unfortunately, curry udon.
Oh no!
Chicken gyoza is incorrect.
Oh no!
Absolutely terrible.
That is a shame.
How could you do this to those kids, Grim? That's three
It's your
questions
fault
you've
for
got
giving me
wrong
the
now.
answers. I didn't ask for these hard answers. You're doing it to me.
And I'm loving every second of it as well. What was the name of the cancelled KoF MMORPG? KoF Legends, KoF Explore, KoF Universe, KoF World.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go KoF World. It sounds familiar.
Any reason why it sounds familiar? Or just kind of, it's like speaking out to you from the void?
Yeah, it sounds familiar because obviously when anything KoF comes up, you kind of read about it, and you either take it or you don't. I mean, I learned recently, because we do a series called KoFR, that there is a Korean comic which has just been released called King of Fighters R, and I'm like, oh, okay, didn't know that, but thankfully we were first, so it's fine. So, like I said, when you read about things, you either take them on board or you don't. And this is one of those things that either if it was cancelled, you kind of stop thinking about it, you don't hear about it again in the future. I'm going to go with KoF World because it sounds like something that SNK would do. KoF Legends also does. KoF Universe, not really. KoF Explore, nah. I'm gonna go with KoF World. I can hear Suba rolling his eyes. I can hear the eyes being rolled.
You don't want to play a game called KoF Explore, where you explore the world and capture KoF fighters? No.
Wow. Okay. I'm wondering if it's called KoF Explore now. No. Go on, let's go KoF Explore. I want to try that. I feel as I'm being moved in mysterious ways by a hand larger than my own.
I did say earlier on that was the last time, previously
Yes,
in the questionnaire, that was the only time that I would steer.
Yes.
I am possibly misdirecting you and trying to meme in terms of giving you humorous answers so that you could go towards them that aren't the correct answers.
This is cruel. I honestly don't know the answer to this one, but I'm loath to use a phone a friend. No, wait, no. It's £1. It's for charity. Let's do a phone a friend.
You're gonna phone a friend.
I'm going to phone a friend. I'm probably going to regret it because this is...
Okay, are you, just before you do this, you are 100% certain that you want to use the phone a friend?
I don't want to use anything. I don't want to get anything wrong. I want to get it correct. I've probably chosen the correct answer. Wait, hold on a second. I want to do a whole big switch here. I want to go for KoF Legends.
Oh, he's doing a switcheroo, everybody.
Yep.
KoF Legends, is that your final answer?
Probably.
I need a definite. This is the last three questions.
Go on. Let's do it.
KoF Legends is incorrect. It's KoF World.
Damn it! I was right the first time. This game. This game is so cruel.
But remember, you still have a phone a friend. I was going to say KoF a friend there, but you still have phone a friend. Remember
Do you know,
that.
my wife just walked out of the room. She's just gone and walked out the room. Oh my days.
Oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So,
Oh,
the penultimate question is...
my heart's actually stopped right now. You're killing me here.
I'm sorry, Grim.
Is this...
How many... No, I think this is question 18, actually.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. How many main titles are there in the KoF series?
Okay,
13, 16, 15, 14. This isn't including any of like the comics that are spun off, any of the spin-off games, any of the games that have crossovers, any of the main titles.
So are we including dream matches like KoF 98 Dream Match, KoF 99?
I don't know. Are we?
Well, you said main title, so if it's a release, then technically it's a main title. If it's not part of the story, then does it count as a main title? Or does it count as a sort of an add-on? What's your definition?
I don't know if this is going to give it away. You know what? I think I'm gonna let you figure this out on your own.
Okay, fine. So I'm gonna have to do some counting. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not including the original Fatal Fury, right? Just the KoF.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, the KoF. For those of you that want to know the answer, feel free to Google, because there is a definite answer on one of the KoF wikis. It has them separated into main titles, spin-offs, and all that kind of stuff.
So are we talking? Are we including spin-offs? We're not talking spin-offs. I mean, when I say spin-offs, I'm talking about because you had games like, what was that 3D one? There was a 3D one as well. Maximum Impact, and that had its own series as well of games.
Okay, I will tell you, we're not talking about Maximum Impact.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to go for... Ooh. I very nearly said 13. But I feel like I've missed one, considering that we're on KoF 14 now. That kind of is a giveaway. But then if we're talking for auxiliary games, then that adds another 2. You know, exactly. What, you know, it adds another 2. So we could easily be at 16. I think 14 would be a safe bet. It's wrong if you're not counting auxiliary games.
If I tell you no, okay, I'm not gonna say anything.
Right.
I'm not gonna say anything because I feel like I'm being very tricksy with this question. I will say we are counting the recent one that's been announced.
Oh, but that doesn't count. That's misdirection.
Well, yeah.
Right, so in that case, you've got, so let me do the counting again. You've got 94, you've got 95, 96, 97, 98. What about 98 Dunno, let's not count that one. You've got 2000, you've got 2001, you've got 2K2, 2K3, 11. I've lost count. That's 10. Then you've got 12, 13, 14, which brings us up to 13 releases. And if you're including 15, that brings us up to 14. Have I missed one? Am I counting the auxiliary releases? I'm making this a lot more painful than I should do, really, shouldn't I? Um, hmm. So, not counting the dream matches, I'm going to say 15.
Are you sure?
No, but I'm going to say 15.
Do you feel that your math has failed you or not?
Yes, I do.
The correct answer is... Okay, I'm gonna... One more time.
Okay.
Is C15 your answer to the question, how many main titles are there in the KoF series? Little hint, I have deliberately worded this as innocuously as possible.
Uh-huh. Okay. See, whoops. You can't see what I'm doing, can you?
I can't, no.
I've got a pen.
It could be... Okay.
And I've got a bit of paper.
Should I be allowing this chat? Should I be allowing this extracurricular activity? But you know what? I'm going to allow it. I will allow it. So while Grim figures this out, is everybody enjoying the quiz so far? Everybody having a good time? I hope you are.
I'm gonna go 16.
You want to show your workings to the stream, Grim?
I just did a tally.
Okay,
Right,
fair enough.
So
Fair. Yep, fair.
I just did a tally. I think I may have missed one or not, but I'm gonna go 16 because that leaves room for the
correct answer, possibly.
yeah, it leaves room for a maybe auxiliary, maybe not auxiliary. So fingers crossed.
Question 18. How many titles are there in the KoF series? 13, 16, 15, 14. You're saying the answer is B, 16.
The suspense. Yeah, no.
No, I'm asking you. Is that what
All
you're
right.
saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you'd give me suspense then. So yeah, let's go for it. 16.
The answer is 15. You are wrong. You are off by 1.
Oh no. This is not working out for me at all.
Okay. The chat. I love the chat right now. Okay.
You realize this is ruining me, right?
Question number 19.
Yeah.
Which food does Andy Bogard have music named after? Burger, pizza, ice cream, or pasta?
Pasta.
Yeah. I knew you'd get this question right because the next one is going to be the one that's going to mess with you.
Okay.
Right. The final question. All of those are incorrect. It's my lololol. Right. Fair play. So how are you feeling so far, Grim, after your current performance? Going into the final question today.
I'm a broken man. This has been cruel. It's been really stressful.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
The final question is, with which Sam Show character does Haiden share blood types?
Haiden?
Haomaru, Genjuro, Sogetsu, or Kazuki?
Wow. This one is why I saved the phone a friend.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Because I have no clue. I've got an idea, actually.
Okay, who's your idea?
I think it might be Genjuro. That's simply by virtue of Genjuro being who he is. Getsu and Kazuki, I can't see it because they're related to each other, adopted and related to each other. Haomaru is the Wandering Samurai. Jinjuro is the one who is the most tenuous thing I can think of. But no, let's go with phone a friend.
Okay, you're going to phone a friend.
I'm completely and utterly unsure.
Okay, so I am going to give you a minute because that's all I can do.
Should I actually phone him?
If you can phone him, yeah. I'm going to give you a minute in 3 seconds, and by that time, the same as Millionaire. If they don't answer, you don't get an answer.
Oh dear.
If they do, you have a minute. Are you ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. Answer your phone, man. There's a timer on the screen. This thing's ruining me, man. Oh my god. Yeah. I honestly don't know. Like, Kazuki, that's what I'm thinking as well. Just for the sake of, there's no moves that are the same, but...
30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. They're both stoic. They're both, they kind of look the same-ish, maybe? Exactly. No.
10.
Yeah, but they're opposites of each other, aren't they? Getsu and Kazuki.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Okay.
You have to hang up the phone.
Alright. Thanks, Oops. Well, that was very enlightening.
Okay, so the final question of this 20 question Who Wants to Be a Danillionaire KoF edition featuring Grimulus. Which Samsho character shares the same blood type as Haiden? A. Haomaru, B. Genjuro, C. Sogetsu, D. Kazuki. What is your final answer?
I'm going to go with Genjuro. Yeah, Genjuro.
Super. You've let him down. It's Sogetsu.
No!
The correct answer is Sogetsu.
Oh my days! Sogetsu, how? Okay, so please tell me, what is the link? I'm dying to know.
It's somewhere on here. Hold on, I need to find it again because I did have it open because this was the Where is it?
Because other than name, there isn't really a crossover between Samsho and KoF at all, unless you're talking about the most recent KoF from which Nakuru is in both games.
Mm-hmm. Why can't I find it?
I mean, then of course there's also the name between Jenan and Mai, but that's not really a true relation. They just share the same name. So this is one that's definitely thrown me, but it's one I absolutely did not know anything about.
It's I can't find it now. It was literally, so I was looking up information on Haiden.
Yes.
And on the side, like on the sidebar, there was characters who have the same blood type, or characters who have blood types that are the same. And there are a couple of Samsho characters, and a couple of different characters from other franchises as well. And I saw Sogetsu, and I thought he mentioned Samurai Showdown. Right. Maybe I should throw him for a little loop here. I don't think there's literally any other link other than the fact that they've just given them the same blood type.
That's a reach.
It is a massive reach.
That's a proper Stretch Armstrong.
Well, I did tell you that this one was going to be one that I said was slightly unfair. I did say that.
You did give me the heads up, indeed. Wow.
However, it seems like Pun Life has given us the. Oh, there. Yeah, can switch between AB plus to O neg. And Sogetsu has a.
What is all of this linkage I'm seeing?
Oh god.
The SNK fans are right.
How do you switch blood types? What? They're not the same blood type? I was told by Google that they were the same blood type.
Wow. Plot twist.
I know. Blood type is B. Hold on, what? And then why did there... This might be the first question that my research has given me a wrong answer. Google did indeed lie to me.
Well, okay, that absolves me of all my sins, and I think
all of them.
Yes, every single one of them, and every single answer I got wrong, I think you should pay up anyway.
Okay, so we're gonna say that he actually got this one right because for all of my meticulous research, for some reason it showed me the wrong answer. So Zen and Gigi, how many did he get right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. How many did Grimulus of East London Fighters fame get right? Let me know. You got 17 out of 20? That's what Sherds is saying. 15 correct and 5 wrong. So we got 15 right. Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. Alright. So, because this is for charity, I just wanted to make you suffer. I will be donating £20. Don't worry about yeah.
Thank you.
I kind of wanted to put you on edge as much as possible by making you think that each of them were going to be worth £1, but because it's for charity, because it's for an incredible cause, I will be putting in £20 to the Just Giving page, and I think Silo Zen is also going to put in another 20 as well.
It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much, guys.
No problem at all. So yeah, that is the end of Who Wants to Be a Danillionaire episode 2 featuring Grim. Any last words that you'd like to say? Please don't say fuck or bugger.
No, what I will say, apart from that being an incredibly stressful experience and testing your knowledge and making you double think about things that you sure you already know but you think might be wrong just because it was actually a lot of fun, and thank you for having me on. It's really been great. What I will say, guys, if you are able to help me reach my goal for charity for Child Autism UK, I will be shearing my lovely locks for charity to raise money for Child Autism UK. Please drop by the link, which is coming up in chat, and donate something. You don't have to do a lot, but anything does help. It's appreciated. Thank you.
Indeed. Well, that is going to be it from me. Thank you everybody for joining me, and a very special thank you to Grim. Are there any final words, anything you'd like to plug, anything from Elf, anything for the charity that you want to give a shout out to, Grim?
Please don't
Yep,
say
I'm never doing this again.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Wonderful, thank you. Well, if Grim doesn't want to do it again, let me know on Twitter or on Discord or however who you would like to see on the next Who Wants to Be a Danillionaire. This will be as regular thing as I can make it, because it does cost me money to do these things, because I try and make the incentives actually worth it for the people who are coming on. If there is a specific person that you'd like to come on for a fighting game that I haven't covered so far, I've only done Soul Calibur 6 and KoF. So we've got Tekken, we've got Virtual Fighter, there's DOA, there's also the other games like Sam Show, Art of Fighting. There's loads of them. If there's any games and any people that you want me to have on the show, please do let me know, and I'd be happy to do it as long as they're up for it as well. Finally, once again, that is going to be it from me. Thank you to everybody for joining, and once again, a big thank you to Grim. Have a good day, and I will catch you around soon. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.